We're going to Unifox tonight. There's a comedy night. Some of us are meeting for dinner at the Shabu Shabu under Uni Lodge at 7 o'clock. I'm catching the free blue bus.
Oh my god.
We organized before 7. Nah, he'll be fine. He's just a lightweight. Come on, mate. Just loosen up. If you're still struggling with consent, that's...
If it's loud, they can't really talk over it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check the last one.
Should I play the videos the whole way through? Or do you think it's fine?
Didn't she cut them? No?
Cut them?
Oh, you mean the...
I just mean to make sure they play now. Or should we not bother?
Just play a bit of it and it should be alright.
Hi, son. How are you? You'll be right. Calm down a second. She will be okay.
Are you
We
feeling
can't
okay?
afford it at the moment, and you must...
See,
Nervous?
I'm not nervous. I'm just a bit like... I don't know how it's going to go. I think it'll be okay.
It will.
But we haven't practiced it a whole lot.
It'll be alright.
But it's pretty campy, so I feel like it'll just be fun.
Too early to come in?
We're just doing a bit of a tech run through at the moment, so yeah, we're just controlling things out. We're welcome to sit down and just like do a listen to
If you don't mind it, please.
That's okay.
Actually, that should be the next one. It's live streaming. That might be the best one, because there's a funny thing on it.
And so,
8.
alright, so I'm gonna have a...
Alright. I'll just wait for a moment.
I'll leave it. This second or something.
Oh yeah. Wait, I'm thinking using the magazine to be part of the
You need books?
Whatever. Something like used to inspire a bunch of stuff that I do.
Alright, should we just start?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh wait, it's not what I say down.
Have you got your student card?
Does anyone know where Student Central is?
Get your timetable down. What does SECT stand for? I have to work out. Teachers.
Did you say you want to start again?
No, it's cool, but we'll do it now. Start. Yeah, let's just start again.
Hey, I want to try my video for this. I'm gonna play the video before
For the introduction?
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine.
That's right, yeah. Get to see if it works?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you ready for it?
Just on one of those tables over there.
Thank you so much.
No worries, man. Alright.
Is this table here for a reason?
I have no idea why that table is there. So, who's decided to listen us through?
I'm excited to not be here.
Alright.
Can you say something into the mic?
Yes, ma'am. Wahid. Nice meeting you. You're understanding any of this? Because I just complimented you, and I'm getting nothing.
It is a nice meeting you.
No?
Ah, okay.
I should put this on.
We need to find the L mic as well because you gotta say it.
Oh yeah, shit.
Also, I don't have a.
Jules had him. Although
Can-
you're Sam, so that might confuse people.
Can you say something again, please?
Yes. I will say something. No pressure. Cyan is great.
Thanks,
He's
Jasmine.
a great person.
Thanks, Jasmine.
You understanding any of this? I'm not very good at talking on the spot. May or
Thanks
may
for
not notice.
consulting me.
Anytime.
Alright, cool. You ready?
Okay.
Is it?
See, like it picks up my voice great,
Yeah.
but since you're talking into the mic, I think it's messing up.
Oh, what?
Since I'm talking into the mic, it's messing up apparently.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Alright, let's start listening.
We good?
Yeah, I'll start when I'm ready.
Have you got your student card?
No.
Does anyone know where Student Central is?
No.
Get your timetable done.
What? I don't have a
There's
timetable.
something cognitive.
What does SECT stand for?
Don't ask me
Work
that.
out. Meet you at the
What's
10.
the closest to
Alright.
it? Something to eat.
Quiet a sec. What does SECT stand for? Get your timetable done. Work out. Have you got your student card? What does SECT stand for?
After so much time, I give up. This is way too hard. I'm gonna die.
The first few weeks of uni can be a bit overwhelming. But they also offer lots of opportunities to meet new people and learn new things. Our friend here isn't having much fun though. Hey, my name's Jade. What's your name? Can I help?
Where did you come from?
Oh.
Look, I'm Sam, but after that, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, well let me help you out, Sam. Firstly, by attending as much as you can on Adobe, you'll learn about the services and support available to help you out. Let's start by getting you involved.
I mean, that'd be something.
Just keep going. It's
I mean,
fine.
that'd be great, but like, I don't. How do I? I'm really shy. I don't really know how to meet people.
It's not always easy to meet new people. For some people, it feels impossible. The first thing is to give yourself a little pep talk. Everybody's going through the same thing. Maybe it's time to try something new. The NUSA, the ANU Student Association, or the postgraduate version PASA, have lots of societies and clubs you can join, and they organise a lot of great events. You could also get involved in sport and fitness on campus. During O Week, make sure you check the schedule because there's heaps on. Now, back to Sam. This week, I'm going to help you get your ID card, take you through Waddle, show you around campus, and introduce you to all the great services ANU offers.
I mean, that'd be great. Like, I don't know what Waddle is. I haven't figured that out yet. But I mean, you know, campus really small and it's not as busy as I thought, and it's cold, and I get nervous talking in front of people. And how do I meet people without coming across as like desperate?
Oh.
That's good.
Meeting people can be difficult. Audience, can you please turn to the person next to you and share some good opening lines of what you could say to break the ice and start a conversation? While you're at it, also share some what not to say examples. I'll give you 2 minutes. Make sure you learn your neighbor's name as well.
I think it did black out. Because I
Hey, Sam.
Oh, I can't do that. Oh, it's on my thing.
What happens if you go back? Oh, wait,
Hey,
it
Sam.
will stop by itself. So,
Yeah, it will stop
yeah,
by
cool,
itself.
cool.
We just can't find it.
Alright.
Off the audience.
Yeah.
So our new friend here is starting to feel settled. He has most of his student admin sorted, and he's met a couple of new friends. He's even signed up for basketball and learning communities. He's learned heaps from talking to the leaders during Oak Week, and has decided that he'll volunteer as a leader next year. Volunteering and leadership opportunities are a great way to get work experience and give you an edge when you're applying for jobs. The Student Experience and Career Development team can even help you jazz up your CV to reflect your volunteer experience for prospective employers.
Hey, Sam. We're going to Unipop tonight. There's a comedy night on. You want to come?
Scared me, Wahid. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm down. When do I need to be there? I'll meet you there.
Some of us are meeting for dinner at the Shabu Shabu on the Uni Lodge at 7 o'clock. I'm catching the free loop bus from Turner if I can get organized before 7. You can
Sounds
get
really
the night
natural.
security
Thank
bus
you.
from Burton and Gannon.
Burton and Garrett.
Dave is still deciding what to do because he'll have his car and he might want to leave it overnight but doesn't want a ticket.
He wouldn't.
He just needs to check the AU parking situation on the
I'm going to go
website.
check the other one.
Anyway, we'll see you there.
Yeah, I'll see you there, Wahid. Sounds great.
Can you tell me how close I should be to the mic? Is this fine?
Yeah, so like,
Because if I'm too close, it goes fine.
yeah. So just, it's fine if you're far away.
Really?
Because the only thing that like that's fine. Because the only issue is when like that sort of
Yeah.
thing happens. So the further away, actually, let me go all the way up here.
Thank you.
It wouldn't be. It'd be the same as the speakers.
Can you stand a bit further away from the mic and say something?
What up, Wahi?
A bit closer.
What up, Wahi?
Yeah, that's good.
What
A
up,
bit
Wahi?
closer.
What up, Wahi?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Cool. Thanks.
So just like
You're 3 inches.
don't hurt.
4. That's a shame.
You're making so many inches jokes today.
It's a live feed. Okay.
Hey,
Oh, whoops. The free bus services are a great and safe way to get around. But if you're on campus and you get stuck somewhere at night and you're worried or scared, just call security. They'll come and accompany you to anywhere you're going. You can track the uni bus location and also access other useful information through the ANU OK
I
app.
have that up. Check it out. I got a new guy. You should act like a little brother when I do this. Like, you'd be like, it's nice app. Big.
Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Jade.
So Sam went out with his friends. They had a delicious dinner and then went on to Uni Pub, where the stand-up comedy was great, and so were the steaks. But then he noticed a guy having trouble standing up. He fell over and seemed like he passed out. None of Sam's friends seemed to care.
Hey guys, should we give him some water or something?
Nah, he'll be fine. He's just a lightweight.
Are you sure? I think we should help him out. He doesn't look good.
Come on, mate. Just loosen up and have fun.
So Sam's just found someone who he thinks needs help. Do you know what to do if someone falls unconscious? Or if someone's throwing up? Here are some ideas of what you should do in such a situation. Make sure you stay with them and make sure that they're lying on their side, not their back. Before you touch them, tell them what you're going to do, even if you think they're not quite processing it, and make sure they're in a safe place. And do remember that only time will sober up a drunk person. Giving them coffee, throwing them in a shower may not help. It will probably cause more harm than good. And if you're not sure what to look out for, you can remember this little acronym.
Must help.
Thank you, Sam.
Alright, Jade.
Remember, nothing is as important as safety. In the unlikely event that something of this nature happens to you or somebody around you, ambulance officers will only be concerned with your well-being and not the legality of the situation. So never be afraid to ask for help. You can reach the ambulance in case of emergency on 000. Another thing to be aware of, though it's unlikely to happen, is drink spiking. Drink spiking is where someone puts something in your drink without your knowledge or consent. It's unlikely, but it can happen and it's very easy to miss. Do make sure you keep an eye on your drinks at all times and that you know where they've come from. Hey Sam, how's everything going? You all settled in?
Hey Jade, yeah, it's going okay. I got I've got a concern about a friend of mine.
Anything I can help with?
Well, so we met this girl, and he liked her and he asked her out and she said no. I thought that was it, but it turns out, I mean, he sort of followed her around a little. He's been calling her a bunch. He went to her place and knocked on her door. I mean, at first she was polite about it, but I think she's starting to get a little scared, and I'm a little worried about it because this looks like it's gonna start hurting her. And I mean, he asked some of his mates and they told him just keep going, and I think he's gonna get himself in a lot of trouble.
You're right, Sam. He could get himself into a lot of trouble and this could have a lasting effect on her. No means no. If you're if you feel like you're being bullied or harassed, be it sexually, physically, emotionally, or for any reason, you can get help. There are various ways to report issues and be supported here at ANU. Should we start?
Oh, no, you keep going. Sorry.
Okay.
Hello, Dad.
Wait,
Yeah.
you want to tell this to that like it's done?
You can go to pastoral care offices at residences like senior residents or deans of the colleges, offices at student associations such as ANUSA and PASA. You can seek counselling at the ANU Health Centre, which is free, or in very serious cases, seek help from the police. Again, if there is an attack or an emergency, you can contact emergency services by dialing 000. This number is only for emergencies, and it's the same number to call for all emergencies, including medical issues and fires.
Thanks, Jade, but like something else has come out of this too.
Oh, was the TV? TV.
Press. Do you have anything on the table?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Play the video and skip the video.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But something else come out of this though.
Oh.
Well, I was at the God's Cafe and I heard some people in the next table talking about my friend and this girl. That's how I know it's still going on. And I mean, they were saying some pretty awful things about her, and they were saying that they hooked up, and none of this is even true. And I mean, I feel really bad for her because she didn't ask for this at all, and word spread so quickly.
You know, Canberra is a very small place where it seems that everyone knows at least one other person you know. Gossip gets around quickly. When gossip comes your way, let it stop at you. Don't pass it on, or if you see someone getting hassled, be an upstander and do what's right. Bystanders are people who stand by and let things happen. Upstanders are people who stand up and do what's right. For your reference, here are some situations of harassment and examples of what upstanding is all about. And then you've got one line just saying,
Um, Thanks, Jay. I mean, that's really helpful, actually. You know what? With my luck, I'm going to be a bad partner in business. I don't want to have to tell her that I didn't stop this when I could. I'm going to tell my mate that this has to end now. It's not going to be tolerated. Hello.
Hi, son. How are you? How's the study?
Yeah, hey, Dad. Yeah, it's going pretty well. I mean, study's a bit tough, but I'm getting some help from the Academic Skills and Learning Center. And I think they're going to help me out because exams are coming up soon and all that. So, yeah, it's going okay. How's things?
You'll be right, son. I'm sure you're putting more pressure on yourself than you need to. I believe in you.
Thanks, Dad.
Son, I don't want to put more pressure on you, and I know that the timing isn't very good, but everything is going to be okay. But your mum isn't very well. She's been in hospital since Saturday. They're not sure what's wrong, but she'll be okay.
It's Saturday. Why didn't you tell me? I mean, do they know anything about
Calm
you?
down, Sam. She will be okay. It's just that we're having a little trouble covering all the medical costs. So I'm sorry, but we won't be able to help you out with money for a little bit.
You need to come home.
We can't afford it at the moment, and you must focus on your study. Everything will be okay.
I need to talk to someone. And I need to get a job.
Being away from home can often be difficult, but it's particularly difficult when something unexpected happens. Feeling isolated, helpless, and homesick are all normal. But also, here at the ANU, we can help you deal with issues at the Counselling Centre. It's free and confidential. There are also free helplines that you can contact 24 hours a day.
Alright, I'll take a picture.
Good idea, Sam. Remember these numbers. As for Sam needing to find some work, the Student Experience and Career Development team can help you. Check out the Career Hub for a list of part-time and casual work opportunities, but also keep your eye out on shop windows, in the paper, on job websites, and on billboards around campus. Thankfully, for our friend Sam, his mum recovered and is pretty sure he did well on all his exams. He also learned some new study skills and picked up a bit of casual work in uni. So Sam, how was your first semester?
It was pretty good. It was tough. There were struggles, but I used the support services that were offered to me and I got through. But I can't stay right now, Jay. I have to go to the basketball courts before the badminton people take it, because they always take me to come play. So peace.
I love it.
We're both a little confused with that.
You like it, Deirdre?
Yeah, you guys are beautiful.
Yeah.
What can I say?
When the music comes on, we're both going to be like,
Yay!
just like, what? Alright, then there's questions, right?
And then, well, I've got one little bit and then questions. Are we definitely doing questions?
I think we've got time.
Yeah.
I doubt they'll have too many questions for us.
Include questions. Otherwise, we'll just take them straight into the next session.
Yeah, we'll just go, we'll go questions on the next.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get Jules to flag you towards the end, like no questions before you actually get to the questions.
Yeah. Or if you give me a time to look out for something as well.
That's true. I think we're going to schedule. It's a little bit too late to go through it now. How are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you.
All sorted?
The live stream.
Yeah.
So the audio, the video quality is great.
Yeah.
It's just the audio quality I'm looking worried about.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not looking like we're going to be oversubscribed out there. I think the wet weather's keeping people away.
Okay.
So we could be safe anyway.
Okay.
It's more just doing it because
Contingent.
yeah,
Well, now that we've done it,
Yeah.
obviously, this can be used for the future.
that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know why the audio is not quality.
I don't know, I think it's a mixture of,
It's good, no, you know, it'd be latency because it's coming from multiple locations.
yeah, I don't know.
Very
Yeah.
stuffy, isn't it?
I am sweating. I think probably the best thing would be to, like for next time.
When we got a Qatar Airways layover,
Yeah. I was sleeping in the car.
you weren't driving.
No, I was not doing my points of sleep anyway.
That doesn't make it feel any better.
Okay, should we check the next one?
Alrighty. I'm going to go look for our speakers. I was wondering whether we could call up the
Hold on. Is the last thing.
there will be a group split. So half of the audience will see this after this first session. So this will start at 9:30, finish at 10:30. So half the audience from the first session will have actually left. And then coming back to group 2 and we'll be moving into group 2.
So we can move after this December and stuff.
No, you'll be starting
Sorry.
So,
I want to get that full
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just going to be outside
Okay, very good.
trying to find out.
You got a new phone.
No, no, it's been a while. I'm just going to try and find out the speakers. And I stuck in.
A dude came in and plugged in a USB with you. Yeah, that's French. Sir?
Okay?
Hey, Jules, do I have a name tag?
You do. You want one?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get it for you.
I mean, yeah, if it's not here,
It's just next door.
We're moving next door.
I'll get someone to bring it to you.
We're moving next door. Aren't we?
oh, yeah. Yeah, this people that no, what do you do? This one's ours. Quicker. Yours is still there.
started in a few minutes. But if you have a free seat next to you, you can put your hand up. We've got a few other people coming in. There we go. If you're standing at the back, please come take a seat. We're going to have 2 more people coming in the next few minutes. Good morning, everyone. We're going to get started now. So I'm Ben Gill, the president of the Undergraduate Students Association, so I'll be your MC for today. So it's going to be a little housekeeping before we get kicked into the formal welcome to ANU, but I'll do an informal one. So welcome to semester 2, your first semester here at ANU. I myself am a 7th year undergraduate engineering science student. I've had some amazing experiences here at ANU, and I hope you'll have the same. The university is a really trusting place, really safe and welcoming place as well. So I hope throughout the day and the coming weeks, you'll really get to experience what ANU has to offer. So with the housekeeping, a few things are, so mobile phones, either put them on silent or turn them off. It's a short, sharp session, so any interruptions will kind of get in the way. If you need the bathrooms at any point, they are upstairs and to the left. We have had the great artwork today, so the projection screening up the top this morning was by Tudor Barbalescu, Bachelor of Information Technology and Bachelor of Visual Arts student. And then we have another one today at 11:30 in Manning Park Centre 2. That's up the stairs to your left, and that is by John Carolan, a Masters of Philosophy Visual Arts student with a working title Monolith. So there's all that. And then I guess one thing to remind you of, obviously orientation, you get a lot of information. It'll be a bit overloaded, but there are people always to help. So if you're confused about anything during today or the week, please feel free to shoot out. If you are a member of the Facebook group New at ANU, who is a member of New at ANU? Cool. If you don't, search in Facebook New @ ANU. It's a great community of about nearly close to 2,500 students who started last semester. So if you have any questions that you can't answer today, feel free to ask them in that group and someone will be able to help you out. So with that, I'll pass on to our keynote speaker for the morning, I guess, Professor Shirley Leach. Shirley is the Dean of the College of Business and Economics and the Provost Chancellor of Education and Global Engagement. So please put your hands together to welcome Shirley. Welcome to ANU.
Thanks, Ben, and thanks to all of you for coming in on this cold and wet morning. So welcome to Canberra. How many of you have just moved to Canberra to take up your place here at ANU? Great, so lots of new faces in town. We like to see that. And put your hands up again if you're if you don't know anybody else. In other words, if you came to ANU today not knowing other students here at ANU, put your hand up. Now, one of the things that I want you to do after this session is for all of those folks who are new to ANU, new to Canberra, potentially as well, and don't know anybody, to actually gather at the front later and actually exchange, have a look around, see who looks like they might be a potential friend, and just make a few coffee dates, tea dates, okay? Because this is an amazing place. It's an amazing campus. You are going to have the best time here. But I want you to get off to a fast start, and I don't want anyone sitting there going, okay? So we'll have none of that at ANU. Many of you will be living in the halls of residence, but for those of you who aren't, there is a fantastic thing called Griffin Hall. And Griffin Hall is available, is a virtual hall if you like. Living in a hall of residence is a wonderful experience, but it's not for everyone, and it's not available for everyone. So we've started this new wonderful community called Griffin Hall. And if you take part in that, then you can be part of the called sports clubs and arts competitions and all of those sorts of things. So there's a whole range of activities that you don't have to feel excluded from just because you don't happen to live in one of our halls. So please have a look at Griffin Hall, GRIFFIN Hall. Join, anyone can join it, and become part of that whole community at ANU. Now, I also want to give an acknowledgement of country. One of the things, for those of you who are new to Australia, we are very, very privileged in this country to be the place which has the oldest living culture in the world, and that of course is the various cultures of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. We trace back at least 50,000 years of ongoing direct connection to land. And in this particular part of Australia, this is the traditional lands of the Ngunnawal people. So I'd like to pay my very sincere respects to the Ngunnawal people, to the elders past and present, and to those who are emerging. A particularly warm welcome to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students who are joining us at ANU. You are, of course, very, very welcome on this campus, and it's a privilege to have you with us. And so please do also, for those of you who've come from other countries, please do make some time to actually get to know a little bit about the Indigenous cultures of this land, because they are just incredible. Now, one of the things that I've also been asked to do is to draw your attention to the ANU Research Conference that actually is happening in semester 2, running on Thursday the 14th and Friday the 15th of July. So this is one of the things that really distinguishes a university like ANU is the fact that this is a research-intensive university. So hands up if you've already got it set in your head that you might like to do perhaps a research degree, or you are enrolled in a research degree at this time, at some point. Well, I know many of you will change your minds as you go through, because we have over 3,500 PhD students at this university, so that's a huge number of PhD students. We also have a lot of students who carry on to do honours degrees, and we're doing research as part of the honours program. So we are home to Nobel laureates, including our Vice Chancellor, Professor Brian Smith, who of course won. What did Brian win? What did he win the Nobel Prize for? That's right. So what Brian did was, he tells a wonderful story, and I hope you'll actually get a chance to hear him tell it himself. He tells a wonderful story about how he discovered that the universe was expanding faster than we had previously thought or known. And so, of course, because he was only in his 20s at the time, so he was, not very much older than you are, he knew he was wrong, because, of course, he couldn't have discovered something so huge and so challenging and mind-blowing. And so he kept checking and doing more experiments and checking his data, until one day he realised that he was actually just going to have to publish his findings. And he knew sadly at that point his career would be over, because he would be laughed at and no one would believe him. But instead of that, he won the Nobel Prize. And that is the real spirit that drives ANU. This is the place where you can actually come and question even huge ideas like the nature of the universe, and people will take you seriously and will respect you for it. So anyway, he is an inspirational figure, and I've no doubt that you'll actually get an opportunity to meet him at some point during your careers. They've only given me a few minutes, and I've just about come to the end of my time. So the last thing I just wanted to say to you all was, this is an incredible time in your lives. Please seize every day. Please seize every day. You are going to have the best time if you decide that you're going to have the best time. You're going to have the best time because you will have amazing lecturers. The people who are standing up in front of you are not just teachers, they are researchers, and many of them are world-renowned researchers. Remember, Brian Schmidt was teaching second-year astrophysics when he found out that he had won the Nobel Prize. So the people who are standing in front of you could be world-famous people. Many of them are, and many of them will be in the years to come. You are also surrounded by other students who are going to go on to amazing careers. I know that you could be sitting next to the person who will be the next internet millionaire in Shanghai, the next president of Indonesia, the next Prime Minister of Australia, the next leader of the Treasury in Australia. You are sitting next to people who are going to go on to have fabulous careers. Now that person sitting next to you might not look like much today. They might be sitting there in sort of scruffy trainers and a sweatshirt. But nonetheless, you are right now in the company of great minds and people who are going to go on to leadership roles here in Australia and throughout the world. So again, people always say, the friends you make at university are the friends you have for life. Well, the friends you make here at university are going to be the people who are going to be running the world tomorrow. So there are many layers to friendships at the ANU, and please again take advantage of getting to know other people, making those connections, and really, really setting yourself up for a brilliant future. So I've taken enough of your time. Enjoy, and I'll pass you back now to Dean. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Leach. Next up, we have Isabel Smith from PASA. Isabel is going to speak to you about making the most of Orientation Week and getting involved in the university to make your experience your own. There you go. Please put your hands together. Welcome, Isabel.
Hi, as Ben said, my name is Isabel. I'm a social officer over at PASA, which is the Postgraduate and Research Students Association, and I'm currently studying a Juris Doctor, which makes me a third-year student at the College of Law at the moment. As all of you know, having chosen ANU, this is an amazing university. We're consistently ranked among the world's top universities. We were ranked 19th last year in the world by the QS World University Rankings, and we are the world's 25th most international university according to Times Higher Education. We have, as Professor Leach said, a plethora of leading academics, world-class facilities, and a stunning campus. According to our advertising, we are thought leaders and boast notable alumni, including former Prime Ministers Kevin Rudd and Bob Hawke, 2 Justices of the High Court of Australia, 30 current Australian ambassadors, and more than a dozen current heads of the Australian Public Service Departments. We also boast more Nobel laureates than any other Australian university, including, as Professor Leach said, our own Vice-Chancellor. However, with all due respect to everything I just said, particularly our Vice-Chancellor, if that was all I told you about ANU, I would not even begin to scratch the surface. While your education at ANU will be of the highest academic standard, we hope you will learn more about the world and yourself during your time here. This, of course, means learning to feed yourself and paying bills, the boring stuff. However, it's the amazing array of co-curricula here at the ANU which provide the biggest opportunity for our students. So why should you get involved, other than me just standing here and telling you to? If you think you love Kanye as much as Kanye loves himself, the Kanye Appreciation Society might be for you. If you have a sweet tooth, we have a Chocolate Appreciation Society, and if wine is more your thing, we have a society for that. There are societies dedicated to Harry Potter, K-pop, international relations, law bowls, management consultancy, and a society representing almost every nation from around the world. That might be a slight exaggeration. If your interests are more physical, the ANU has over 30 sports affiliated clubs, sends countless teams away to university games across Australia, and runs sports each lunchtime, which is a fantastic way to meet people on campus. The Market Day, which runs next Wednesday, is the easiest place to learn more about all this. There'll be stalls up set up all over Union Court from most of the societies. If you are confused about where to start, speak to someone from ANUSA, who Ben is representing today, the Undergraduate Students Association, or from PASA, who I'm representing, who represent the postgraduate and research students. We'll be able to send you in the right direction. Speaking on behalf of PASA, over the next few weeks we'll be hosting a range of events, including tours of campus in Canberra, a cocktail party, and a winter carnival. Come and find us on Market Day or upstairs above the student area in Union Court. We also have all of our information on the website and on Facebook. So dancing, debating in Chinese, you name it, the ANU will have students who come together to practice and appreciate it. Chances are, if you are interested, one of our 21,000 students will also be interested and would love to have you on board. These people will keep you sane over the coming years, provide you with some of the best memories of your university career, and might even become friends for life. What I'm trying to convey is this: your academic education at ANU will be of the highest standard. But if that was all you took away from this university, then your education would be incomplete. ANU can offer you so much more to your lives, your education, and in the way that you engage with the world. I hope you take a chance over the coming weeks, months and years to get involved wherever you find your niche. Welcome to all of you. I hope to see you around campus, and good luck over the coming years.
Great, thanks Isabel. Next up we have Claire Boynton from Student Centre, who will speak about how to get practical advice for enrolment, tuition fees advice, student cards and other basic tasks which you all need to do to be a student basically. So please put your hands together for welcome Claire.
Good morning everyone, welcome to the ANU. My name is Claire and I am from the Student Central team here at the ANU. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown about what we do and services we offer. So basically Student Central is your one-stop shop for all of our current students at the university. So mainly for administration, if you have any questions about anything, you can come to us. And if we don't know the answer, we'll point you in the right direction for the help that you need. So some of the main things that we help students with are enrolling, especially if you're having trouble with the student systems like ISIS and things like that, we can help you to work with those and add your enrolment. If you have any questions about fees, how that structure works, any help with the HEX help system or fee help system, you can come to us and we can help you. Invoicing and receipts and all that kind of thing. We also do things like helping you order academic transcripts if you need to do that, getting a student card, so all of your basic student needs when you first become a student and as you go through your cycle as well. We also run some services for you for O Week specifically. So this week and next week we are running these sessions. So the first one is ISIS help and enrolment help. So we have 2 classrooms set up in the Copeland building in G20 and G21 for this. So once you know which classes you need to take or which courses you need to take, you can come into Copeland, and we have people in green who can help you to add your enrolment through ISIS. We can help you with your timetable and sorting out, knowing when your lectures are going to be and how to enroll into tutorials as well. And there's no appointments needed for that. You can just drop in at any time, just check the O-week schedule to make sure we're open. We're also open later hours for people who can't come during the day, so feel free to drop in at any time for help with enrolment. We're also running student card booths just outside of the lecture theatre in the booths in Manning Clark. So you do need to book in for those. So just make sure you head on to the O-week schedule on our website and bring up the student card page, and there'll be a link there to add registration to book in for a student card. So unfortunately, all of our spots are booked up for today. So just make sure you get in for sometime later in the week or for next week. After that, you can come to our office. We're located at 121 Marcus Clark Street, just opposite the Uni Lodge, for anyone who know where that is, and next to Club Line. So we're open 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Feel free to come in at any time to speak with us about anything you can think of administratively, or if you just need general help. We also have, during O-week and next week, a tent that will be set up in Union Court. And if you're on campus and you're lost, or you don't know, you have any kind of questions, you can come and visit us at the tent. We also have a Wheel of Fortune, so you can play to win some prizes, which is really cool. So it'd be great to see all of you there, just for some interaction and any questions that you may have. And we've also just launched some social media, so we post some really important things about census and census dates and things that will keep you up to date with all the important things that you need to remember at university. So make sure you follow us on Facebook. We're ANU Student Central, just so you never miss a thing that you need to know. So if you have any questions today, next week, anytime while you're here, please feel free to come find us. We're in the green machine, and I hope you enjoy your time at university. Thank you.
Thanks, Claire. Now we have Dr. Deirdre Pierce from the Student Experience Career Development Team, the team that coordinates this whole week and next week for you. So please put your hands together to welcome Deirdre.
So welcome everyone. My team is the team that is the glue in O-week. We do some sessions like this one, and we're coordinating the Student Research Conference at the end of the week that Professor Leach has already talked about. But our primary focus is trying to make sure that all of our new students get to know about as many opportunities and support structures that we put in place to help you make the best, strongest start that you can. So watch out for these green shirt people. They're our wonderful colleagues in student administration. And a lot of the questions that you have about enrolment and what ISIS is and is not, and what the tutorial process is, how you sign up for those, they can answer a lot of those questions. They're very helpful people, so make sure you make lots of use of them this week. We're doing tours today to introduce you to all of the locations on campus that you can go to get that support, including Student Central that Claire just talked about. What else do you need to make sure you tick off your list of things to do this week? You're going to this welcome session. That's a fantastic start. We're going all the way through to the mini market day in Melville Hall, which is a chance for a free hot lunch and to talk to some people that perhaps you need to talk to, the academic skills folks, the careers folks, some of the student organisations who can really help and support you during your time here. You can also make sure that you do a student services tour that are going on today. You can make sure you make contact with your academic college through one of their induction sessions. The first of those is the College of Business and Economics, which will happen this afternoon. And there are separate sessions, I believe, for postgraduate and undergraduate students. So if you're in the College of Business and Economics, or CBE as we call it here in ANU land, make sure you attend that session later today, because you can get so much more information in a really quick period of time. If you're not really sure about your programs and courses that you need to enrol in, please attend a program and course advice session. They're all advertised in the OWIC program. You will of course need to get your student cards, and you can't get a student card until you fully enrol. So if you're stuck on our enrolment program, ISIS, you need some help. So that's where our green shirt people can help you do that. We've got some careers and academic skills workshops you can attend, and then we've got the Student Research Conference. So the Student Research Conference is, okay, an opportunity for later year students to talk about research they've done in standard coursework subjects over the past 12 months. But for you, new students, this is your opportunity to ask those later year students what it's really like to do those courses that you're just about to enrol in. And sometimes academics will have one perspective on a course. If you really want to know what it feels like on the ground to be doing that course, talk to some students who've just finished it. So all of the work they're presenting was done for assessment during the last 12 months, and they cover all academic colleges of the university, plus a range of internships and leadership opportunities and other kinds of programs you can use during your time here at ANU to enhance your experience and get the most out of your time here. You can also attend some workshops. We've got ones on things like how to apply for some of the prestigious postgraduate scholarships. We've got how to make the most of your web profile so that it's projecting a really professional image, with Inga Newburn, who is our Director of Research Training. And looking for, if you are interested already in what's happening once you graduate, how to find those really interesting ideas-focused careers that happen outside universities, not just inside the university. So please keep an eye on our OWIC program, including online. Just Google ANU Orientation Week Semester 2, or the printed copies. But the online one contains so much more information. Typically we have over 100 events happening during Semester 2 OWIC, so they don't all fit on our printed form. Okay, so that's about it from me. I'm going to hand you over to Ben. Thank you very much for coming this morning. I'm looking forward to seeing you all later today and throughout the rest of the week, including our research conference. Good luck.
Okay, thanks, Bruce. That brings us to the end of this session. So I need you all to take a look. We're going to do a bit of shuffling around because some of you are going to go other places. So if you're in this middle row here, we're going to call you Group B. You're going to stay in this room. If you're on the outer edges, you're Group A, and you're going to be led out of this room and go to a different induction session, and then just walk around eventually. It's all about the same experience, just at different times. So if you are on the outside, start making your way up and follow the leaders. Don't forget to join you at ANU. It's a great group to ask questions throughout this week, but also for the rest of the semester. And thank you for coming today.